Taxi vlog 208. It is the 5th of June 2012, and I'm getting a late start because Cindy had an issue with her computer that she tried to get me to fix, and I'll talk to her on the phone later to find out if she's got it. It was just getting some images from the camera into into the computer that she was having an issue with, and the software was not cooperating. So hopefully now it will cooperate better. Well, you know the old sad story of Tuesday nights. Last week was not much different. I was out here, and at around 4 in the morning I was barely breaking even, and then I got a fare or two, and after I did all the paperwork, because it was the end of the month, it turns out that I broke even exactly with the fuel and the lease, but I took $18 home because I got some tips. So, work all night for $18. I tried not to spend it all in one place, I really did. The days off were pretty good. I managed to scan all my slides, all my positive film slides, and make digital images of them. Eventually I will make videos with some of those images. You know, the kind where you got some music going and some narrative, and you got the pictures flashing in front of you. And yeah, people don't make too many of those videos anymore. I'm gonna bring them back maybe. Friday night. Well, I think I've mentioned already that Fridays have been disappointing this year, and this last Friday was no exception. I worked all night, and at one point, actually early on in the shift, I got sent to a supermarket. No, it wasn't a supermarket, it was the Canadian Tire next door to the supermarket. So I get to the Canadian Tire, and there are these two young people with a few bags of things. And we put their bags of things in the trunk, and the girl gives me the address. Guess who it was? It was the same one that I dumped all her stuff on the pavement. These people are like, call another cab company. I should have dissatisfied you by now. Leaving your stuff out in the rain. You should call another cab company, but no. She recognized me. And oh, she was nervous. She was very nervous. She was saying, well, you turn right and you turn left, and then you turn left on Cedar Hill Cross. Okay. Then when we were at a traffic light, she was starting to panic. She said, well, right, it's a right. Turn right here. Okay, turned right. She says, is this Cedar Hill Cross? I said, nope, it's Mackenzie. And she says, oh, I wanted you to go on Cedar Hill Cross. I said, well, it's kind of too late now. She says, well, you can go down to Blenkinsop. Yeah, but I could go to Brayfoot too, and that would be a little bit closer. Oh, yeah, that's right. So we got to the address. Anyway, she was being a right little bitch. She was still trying to, you know, backseat drive. Anyway, we got to the destination, and she couldn't get out of the car fast enough while the guy who she was with paid the fare. And of course, I don't know if he knew the rest of the story, which I told you over the last month or so, but I really enjoyed when she was squirming in the back seat. As soon as she gave me the address, that's when I recognized her. I don't recognize people by what they look like, because usually it's dark when I'm working. So in the dark, I have no idea. I'll recognize you by your voice maybe, or if I've taken you several times. But if it's in the dark, I often just recognize people by where I picked them up and their destination. And this was another pickup point where I'd never picked her up before. But the destination was very clear. Anyway, the Friday night ended up not being any shit hot goodness. I took home a bit of money, yeah, but not as much as I should have on a Friday. Like the way Fridays used to be, we used to make 3 times as much as I made that night. It was a real dud. I attributed it to the people just having paid their rent, and that was it. The rent check just went out, and so they had no money left. So, moving on from there, the Saturday night I came out at 8 o'clock sharp. Oh, I should book on. There we are. This should give me a position in the zone, and I'm stuck behind a moving van. I should get around. Oh. There we go. We're out from behind a moving van. What the hell is going on here? There's a policeman up ahead and flashing his lights. Looks like he's trying to pull somebody over. Yes, he is. Well, I'm not going to go follow him. I'm going to go straight ahead. What the hell is going on here? Maybe I will follow him. Oh, he did pull him over. Yeehaw. So, getting back to... I came out at 8 o'clock sharp on Saturday, and it was busy. It was busy until 4 o'clock, and by the time it slowed down at 4, but before 4 I did not stop. I connected everywhere I went. I had another call, or somebody got out and somebody else got in right away, and it was non-stop. That's the kind of Friday and Saturday nights we used to have years ago. In the end, I made 3 times what I had made on Friday on that Saturday night. It was very good. It was nice to be able to put money in the bank and keep some money out, enough money out to fuel up my car, and you know, we need more nights like that. That was the best Saturday I'd seen in about 6 months, since December. There were cruise ships in, so a lot of cabs were busy with the cruise ship trade. People were having weddings and graduations, and people were celebrating and partying and just doing things like they used to do, like they don't seem to do much of anymore. Yeah, I was very pleased with that Saturday night. The Sunday I thought was going to be really, really dead, but I ended up doing pretty good for a Sunday after a Saturday that was really busy, because usually when Saturday is really busy, Sunday will be flat dead. Nothing happening. Did I have any other weird things happening this week? Did I have anybody go ridiculous on me? Well, there was one guy on Saturday night that he was all in my face, you know. He was putting his hands in front of to demonstrate things, and he wanted to put the radio on, and And so we got the radio on, and it was too loud, and I said, please turn, I can't figure this, turn it down, will you? He says, well, why can't you figure it? And I say, well, it's just complicated, and at the moment I'm concentrating on driving. I don't want to hear that shit, and I really, don't want to have it on because it's distracting, and it makes you guys talk even louder, and I get a headache from that. He says, well, how old are you? I say, I'm in my late 40s, and he says, well, that explains it. Well, yeah. Have some respect for your elders, son. Kid, gosh. Anyway, I was very glad to get them out of here. That was Saturday. Last night, Monday night, was slow, but I had a few long fares, which actually made it so that I made a profit. I made enough profit last night so that I could get my permit renewed. Now, that's another story. Anyway, I had this one guy at one point. I picked him up at the pub, and he was really drunk. And he was on a cell phone with somebody saying that he's going to pick her up and meet her and take her home. And he was drunk. He was slurring his words all over the place. And then he hung up the phone and he asked me if I was curious. I said, well, what is there to be curious about? He says, well, are you curious? I say, I don't know what you're talking about. He says, well, you're not gay, are you? I said, well, no. In reality, I'm bi, but I said, no, I'm not gay. And he says, oh, well, she stood me up for this gay guy. I don't understand gay guys. It's so gay. Anyway, things went on like this, and we were getting to our destination. He says, no, continue, go on. So he calls her up on the phone again. He says, I'm coming to get you, I'm coming. And she says, I don't know what she told. She more or less probably told him to fuck off. And he says, oh, go back to my place. And we get back there, and then he wants to pay with credit card. And so we put the credit card in this machine. And it cancels. Probably because he hit the cancel button. He said, I want to give you a bigger tip. So we had to take the card out and start the whole procedure again. And he gave me a $4 or $5 tip or something. And I really don't know why. I just wanted to get him the hell out of my car. Just get rid of him. He was slobbering drunk. He was, when he took his seatbelt off, the beeping came on. And the beeping had him reaching for buttons all over the dash trying to turn it off. Fortunately, it did turn off after a few beeps, as it does. But this is why I don't like people to wear the seatbelt. I really don't like people to wear the seatbelt. Because it beeps. And there was a policeman behind me just a moment ago. I wonder if he's coming here. Yes, he is. Oh, he's going as backup. No, he's going into the Money Mart. You know what? I'm going to have to park soon. Because there are cops crawling all over this neighborhood. But they probably can't see this little camera. Can they? Got rid of that guy. And, I was distracted, wasn't I? Okay, so good. I'm on. So anyway, where was I going? Oh, there's car 81. Maybe I'll say hi to him. Yeah. Fucking cops distract me. There shouldn't be any policemen. Then make the road safer without those fuckers going around with their flashing lights. So I went to, I had to be up in the daytime today to go down to the police station and renew my chief's permit. The chief's permit is the permit that allows someone to drive taxi in Victoria and pick up in Victoria. And in order to get my chief's permit, I had to be up between 1:30 and 4 in the afternoon. Those are prime sleeping hours for a night shift. So I think it's Nick. No, it's not. It's Ken. Hi, Ken.
How are you?
I'm all right. I'm just in the middle of a vlog here, so.
What?
I'm making a.
Okay,
Yeah. You know, one of those internet things.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna finish up on it, and then I'll be right with you. There's cops crawling around this part of town.
Really?
Fuck yeah! There's one sitting at the Money Mart, and there's one just pulling somebody over by that statue place over there.
Maybe they robbed the Money Mart. Somebody robbed it.
I don't know, because he was flashing his lights at him all the way down Blanchard.
Yeah?
And the other one, the cop's just cruising around looking for somebody to nail or something.
Yeah.
So anyway, this morning I went to sleep, and I asked Cindy to wake me up when she leaves, because she was going with her scooter into town to get some service done on it.
Yeah.
She barely drives her car anymore. I'm on...
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. So there's Cindy. She wakes me up, and I fall back asleep, and she wakes me up again as she goes out the door, and I fall asleep again. And later on, there's knocking on the door. I sort of roll over and go, yeah, what? Cindy will get it. But no, Cindy's gone.
She's gone.
So, knocking on the door again. Leave me alone. Knocking on the door again. Okay, I come out. My eyes are about that big. I'm coming out going, what? So the landlord's handing me a big stack of letters. I guess Cindy ordered some junk online, and so she's got all this junk. Letters and packages. And he says, well, where's it leaking? We had some leaks on our automatic sprinkler system, and they had a hole dug right there. And he says, was it there? I say, yeah. And then he says, where was the one out front? And so I went around with my eyes this big into the driveway and showed him where it was leaking in the front, and so they dug that out and fixed it, whatever. So then I had to throw some clothes on and go to the police station to pay them $35 for a criminal's record check. It's just a cash grab. It's bullshit. You have a criminal record check, you should be good for a decade. If no one arrests you, you don't have no...
Yeah, I know it's a cash grab.
Yeah.
Did you have to renew your chief?
Yeah, exactly. So I had to renew my permit, like I was saying, and I got the thing, and it was all good. And then I sort of went by the scooter shop, which was like 3 blocks away from the police station, and there was Cindy waiting on her machine. And apparently all the lubrication had come out of it from riding it in the rain. And there were a couple of bolts sheared off, so she had to order some parts to repair it and stuff. So then I got home, had a beer, watched a couple videos, and went to sleep. It was too soon when she woke me up again for dinner, and now I'm out here. It's almost 9 o'clock, and I haven't had a fare yet. So I'm looking forward to another 9 hours of...
Boredom.
Yeah, boredom. Good thing I still have my book. I'm 2/3 of the way through this puppy now. It's very interesting. It's starting to come together. All the different threads in the story are beginning to merge, and it's beginning to make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Well, that's good.
So anyway, hope yours is better than mine. Have a good one. Bye.